Hey, what is up, all you lonely watchers out there? It's Lonely for Buki back with another Yokai Watch unboxing, and this one I've been hyping up for a little bit, just a little bit, because today we're completing the Shadow Side series by unboxing the Yokai Watch Animas. I managed to be lucky enough to find a complete box watch on eBay for only around $270 when everything was said and done, and it just came in today, and I just woke up because it's like 9 in the morning. But I am not waiting any longer to open this because this has just been an exciting prospect. The fact that this is probably like the second rarest watch in the franchise, next to that Mimi World watch, and I guess also next to those prop ones that were used in like the movie. But that's besides the point. Anyway, in order to hype it up a little more, just a little more, we're going to be looking back on the previous watches in the Shadow Side series, because the Animas was the last one that was introduced, and also the last one I needed. So let's look at the Yokai Watch Elder again real quick. Look at that. I downgraded it to the Shadow Side version just for this video. Searchlight. This is one of the first watches I got brand new back when I was getting back into this, and this, to this day, is still one of my favorites. Has a light side. And also a light side. So that is that watch. Then we move on to the next tier up, and the next one introduced, the Yokai Watch Ogre. Will it not? There it is. Which, on top of the Kenma transformations, which we will show off now, Choi, Genma, Yoshitsune. We can also transform into the Kenbu Majin if we have Yosei Ken, which one came with the watch, and I still haven't gotten any others. And that is my absolute favorite watch. But mayhaps it will get overtaken by the Animas? But I don't think so. Because this thing is a little less feature-rich. And we'll get into that in a second, which is why it came in this special package. But first, let's take a look at it. This was a premium Bandai exclusive pre-order in, I think, 2018, around the time that the Animas made an appearance in the anime. So you can only get this for a select time. There's not a lot of these made, but I don't know exactly how many are made of this. There's a 6 something, as it says in the background, Bandai logo here, because Bandai is the company that made it. And we can see the circle that's on the front of the Animas with the 5 Genjuu discs, or Celestial Beast discs, surrounding it. It comes in quite a different packaging, because this was a premium Bandai exclusive. You can see the, not the Elder, but the Elder K, unfortunately, box there. And then the Ogre watch, which had these very retail packaging that was really colorful and told you what the watch was about. This one's a lot different. As we can see here, we see the Genjuu Byakko, Genbu, and then Kirin and Soryu. Sorry about that. And then the main one on the bottom. Yeah, the bottom. Suzaku. The first one we were introduced to, and pretty much the only one Akinori ever summons in anime, at least as far as the fan subs got, the Spectre subs got. I never watched past that. But anyway, let's look at the back. Telling you how to use it. It uses 2 LR44 batteries. I will go get some if needed, but from the pictures, I saw the little tab was still in there, so hopefully it'll work. And the thing that's a Yokai Watch Shadow side, of course, and then the Yokai Watch Animas logo, which I think looks really cool, with the little mini Genjuu disc in the background. But the thing I think surprises me, it says it has Yokai Watch 4 and 1 for Nintendo Switch functionality, which I was not aware of, because I didn't think the Genjuu disc had NFC, because the watch doesn't have NFC, and it doesn't actually scan what Genjuu disc you're putting onto it. It just makes the generic sounds. So it's weird that they included NFC, but they didn't include it in the watch functionality, or maybe it just came with something that's compatible with those two games. Or maybe it's just an advertisement, and I can't tell because I can't read it properly. But anyway, we'll get into that in a second. I have my Switch ready in case we need to do that. Anyway, it is time. Let's open it. I'm gonna get out my knife here. And we're going to cut this. Oh, that tape was already cut. I'm sorry, I thought the reseller just put a piece of tape on there to protect it more because it was shown in the advertisement, sorry, that it was already opened. Nice. There it is. First, let's look at this, because the manual came in a little Ziploc bag. So let's take a look at the manual. Get this out of the way for now, as much as I'd like to look at it. There, a bunch of stuff I cannot read, and then a QR code if anybody wants to scan that. It says 100 something. But I probably won't benefit from it being in America, so you can have it if it's exclusive for whatever reason. Maybe it's already redeemed, maybe it's just generic, I don't know. And then it shows the watch part, the on and off switch, the spinning part with the diagram, and then the 5 Genjuu discs. Shows you how to put on a watch in case you don't know how to, and how to replace the batteries, which is slightly more understandable. And then the action of placing the Genjuu discs on the watch. Yeah, and then it says Yokai Watch 4, Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4. What does that mean? Do they scan into the game? We will find out soon enough. I'm pretty sure it wasn't in a Ziploc bag. I'm sure the previous owner just did this to protect it more, but I appreciate it either way. At least we get to look at it that way since it's already been opened. So let's seal that one right up. Now we can get to the watch and the Genjuu discs themselves. So let's see if this thing opens. Does it need more tape to open? Doesn't look like it. It's just a more tighter fit than the ones I'm used to, because this is more well protected. Let's take out the Yokai Watch Animas. This thing is pretty small, which is probably due to the fact that it is not it does not have an NFC reader like the Yokai Watch Elder, which does, so it does need that. Nice white strap. Look at that. Look at the center thing. Let's look at the back, see if there's any printings on it. Look, the tab is still in there, so hopefully the batteries haven't exploded, so I don't have to stop recording and go clean it. But there's the on and off switch, by the way. And then you push that in, and that's how the thing spins. So that's how it spins the disc. And it's not operated by batteries, so it'll work either way. The batteries are just for the sounds and everything. So let's take out the Genjuu discs, and let's take a look at each one in detail. Starting off with this one, the main one in the series. Koren Genjuu Suzaku. Suzaku, man, I love Suzaku. So there is the disc. We can see these 3 red things at the end, and then the art of the Genjuu in question. Then in the back, we can see this spot is how the Animas holds onto the disc when it's spinning, and then the 3 screws in the back. I don't see an NFC chip unless it's under here, maybe? We'll scan them in the Yokai Watch 4 and find out anyway. So, that is the Genjuu disc for Suzaku. We're gonna be doing these in order. Then, of course, everyone's favorite classic yokai, Kirin. Full body one there. I like the fire and stuff around this. These Genjuu discs look really nice, and these aren't even, like, scratched or anything. This thing was hardly used. Byakko. God, this is some of the best art Yokai Watch has ever had. And then I'm showing the backs for some reason, even though there's not going to be a difference. Genjuu. And then finally, Soryu. Now, comparing these things to the Yoseiken, they seem a lot bigger, you know, just in terms of size and everything. And then if we compare it to a yokai arc, like Chibanyan, you can see they're a little smaller. A little wider, but they're a little smaller. But that's the size comparison. So if we put it, like, on the Yokai Watch, maybe a Yokai Watch Elder scans it for some weird reason. If I put it on the search, probably not. We'll do some tests with these later. But now, let's go on to the watch. Hopefully, we do not have to clean this out, put batteries in it, but we pulled out the tab. So, let's see. Does this thing turn on? It doesn't seem to be on. So, that might be an issue. Okay, so update. The tab was still in it, but they took out the batteries, which I guess is a good thing. So I'm gonna go sacrifice my, if I can't find any batteries, I'll go sacrifice my Zarashiki or something. Alright, so I found some fresh new batteries for this thing. And let's see if it turns on. There we go. It's a lot more quiet than, like, the Yokai Watch, what's it called? The Yokai Watch Elder. It's it's more along the lines of, like, the, Alien Watch and the new Music Note watches, but it's whatever. See how loud that is? And then if we turn on, I can't turn it off with one hand properly, and if we turn on this, yeah, pretty big difference. Anyway, we might as well summon all the Genjuu. However, before we get to testing the watch with the Genjuu discs, let's try them on. Or try on the watch, not the Genjuu discs. Gotta be real careful with this one, because this one's not as easily replaceable as my other ones. Just finding one of these for sale is rare, let alone actually getting one. I was lucky enough to find one on eBay and not have to be scouring Yahoo auctions forever. Here we go. Honestly, it looks a lot more classy than the other watches when on your hand. Like, honestly, I could see someone wearing this out to town. Anyway, let's take it off so we can make testing easier, so I don't have to bend my arm in a, horrid fashion. Hopefully it makes a special sound when you put the disc on, because, if not, no, this thing is a little weird. This thing is a little weird. Korin, Genjuu, Suzaku. Aw, man. We're still gonna summon them all anyway, even though there's some sound them differently. Yeah. So there, it sounded like it scanned Suzaku, but it just always does phrases for Suzaku, since that's really the main one summoned in the anime. So going in order, next would be our boy Kirin here. So there you can see the generic phrase. I don't remember what that means, though. It's been a while since I watched Shadowside. Next is, if I can find him, here he is. Byakko. Gorin Genjuu Suzaku, as Byakko is summoned. Byakko would be very offended by that. Next is Genbu. Let's find him. There we go. Genbu. Yep, definitely Suzaku. And then finally, the last one, Soryu. And then the thing doesn't even, I don't even think it senses there's a thing on it, because you can just do it on its own. Which still looks cool. Comparing this thing to the other watches, though, these have a lot more features. This looks really nice. But that's about where it ends. This is the order they came out in and were revealed in, but if we were gonna do it in order of which was better, it'd probably be, or which was my favorite rather, it'd be the Ogre would be first, then, actually, yeah, it's the same order. The Ogre is my favorite, and then Elder, and then the Animas out of the three. But, if we were talking about usefulness, it'd be in this order. So, the Animas is always at the bottom. It's just really rare and expensive because of the way it was released. But it is a really cool replica. I like how they don't skip out on any yokai watch. They make all of them in real life. Before we get to the rating, let's see how useless this watch is, or at least how useful the discs are, by trying to scan them in Yokai Watch 4. As it says on the back of the box that it is supported for some reason, or at least it looks like it to my dumb brain who recognizes the logo. Anyway, let's get to it. Alright, so we're in the game, and let's see, this is a chance for me to show off my team. Don't you guys like it? Alright, let's get into it. Alright, so we're in the... Let's go to the ARC scanning app, which is... this one, right? Yeah, that looks like it. Now, let's see if these things do anything special with Gorin Genjuu Suzaku. So they do have NFC. They do have NFC. That is weird, but they didn't program it into the watch. I guess they didn't want the watch to get too expensive. But, yeah, these have NFC in them. That is so weird. Alright, it is now the next day, so now I'm assuming these are ultra rares, because I don't know why they wouldn't be, but I'm going to test to make sure they are. So let's scan this Suzaku disc. And they are considered ultra rare, so they will scan every day. They just don't really give anything exciting, especially if you're real late in the game like I am. I spent like 200 hours in here already. Anyway, back to the video. Let's see if they give you anything special for scanning all of them. I mean, usually a thing would pop up saying the ones you haven't gotten, but I guess that doesn't make sense in this scenario. If you bought this, you bought all 5, but even then, I feel like something would come up. So, let's also scan Kirin. See what Kirin gives us. We'll go into Yokai Watch 1 for Nintendo Switch in a second. So that's what Kirin gives us. So it's not even anything that special. What? We gotta... I don't know what that is, but it looks very important. Now let's do... Byakko. Some pretty normal stuff. I don't need any gold dolls by this point in the game. My money is maxed out. My team is maxed out. I just need a few thousand here or there to create certain yokai. Alright, anyway. Genjuu. And Soryu. So it must be hidden under that black spot there. And some other sort of crazy armor. Alright, so they did give us something. They gave us a little bit of hope here. Anyway, now let's go into Yokai Watch 1 for Nintendo Switch. Hopefully we don't get any errors because it gives us something I have too many of, but we're just gonna go for it and hope that's not the case. Suzaku. Aw, man. Alright, we sold off some things. Hopefully I don't have to go off camera and do some more stuff. Let's try Suzaku. Alright, we can redeem stuff. Suzaku gave us a yellow coin. And a book. And a 5-star coin. And another book. Let's do Kirin. Yellow coin. Or green coin, I can't see. Legendary X-Orb. Despite the fact that I'm so far in the game, that may come in handy. When I get Komashura, eventually I'll get Komashura. I just need to do the QB quests, and I need to grind for the QB quests. Another book. Next in order, I believe, is Byakko. Red coin. Book. Meat. Legendary X-Orb. Alright. Next is Genjuu, I believe. Oh, wrong side. Get my hands in the way. Aw, man, I need to sell more stuff. Hold on. Now, I should have enough. I don't have 99 of any item. Blue coin. Tough book. Another book. Legendary X-Orb. Those are always nice. And the last one, Soryu. Blue coin again. Expected. Meat. Another book. I'm maxed out on books right now. And that's it. No X-Orb from that. So, I love this watch. This watch is great. It's a great replica. And luckily the Genjuu discs do have NFC for other things, but unfortunately the watch cannot read them, which is a bit of a bummer. So I'm gonna have to give it on the lower side, around a... You know what, I'll bump it up to a 7 out of 10, because this thing is still really cool. Look at that. We've never had a watch like this. So anyway, the Shadowside series is complete. We are still 3 watches away from a complete collection. The Hasbro Model U, the Kyoto Yokai Watch, and of course the ultimate 10th anniversary Yokai Watch. So anyway, that is it for this video. If you like it, like and subscribe, and hopefully we'll get to those other watches soon enough. Anyway, that's it. See you on the next one. Bye bye, my lonely watchers.